you have all your stuff in the Lego. If not, of course, go finish that up. But hopefully you have all the stuff on, the bottom, the tabs, the little hollow circle pipes, and so forth that kind of mesh with the top of the thing. I did put the word Lego on it. I mean, you don't necessarily have to do that, but I think, of course, it makes it look a lot nicer. And then I actually went around and put tiny little rounded edges on it, and y'all don't have to do that either. I did find this cool feature that looks really nice, where you can remove the shaded edges, and it like almost makes it look even more real. But the projector doesn't show it very well. But anyways, so I'm gonna put them back on because it at least emphasizes stuff a little better. So the whole point of this was so that you can um, practice putting dimensions yourself. So after you took time measuring dimensions and then used all those dimensions to build the Lego brick, um, now you're going to take those dimensions and probably even alter them a little bit and put them onto a drawing. Now, because the way the Lego is set up, I think we're not going to do like a top, front, right. I think we should do a top, front, and then bottom, and maybe a detailed view. So I'm going to do a different drawing page than what I normally select. So I'm going to pick, when I click the plus sign and click a drawing, I'm going to do Onshape, and I'm going to go to Portrait Inch right there. You can. The other thing that bothers me about Onshape is this. It sits and it loads forever. It actually loads faster on mine than it tends to load for yours. To overcome that, a student showed me this shortcut. Open up a second tab with Onshape, sign in, and then open up the part. And it doesn't like to have more than one tab open. See how it says this? It won't let you do it. So if you click open, so if you have a hard time loading, open up a second tab, hit open. Wait 5 to 7 seconds. If it doesn't load, then go back to the original one and click open. And it seems to force it to load. I thought it was an Onshape issue. I was talking to another engineering teacher, and he said, I bet it's the actual, like, the network here is creating problems. So that's what I would recommend doing whenever it doesn't seem to open up the drawing page for you. So, of course, open up the part. Mine automatically comes to the front view, but I wanted to do a top view. You can start with any view that you want, but I'm going to start with the top view where you have the 8 pegs on the top. So I'm going to add that view, and then go down, add the front view, and then I'm going to click on the front view, go down, and add the bottom view. Do it this way because you want them to line up. And then I'm going to click on the front view, and I'm going to add like the isometric view. The reason why you want to bring them in like that, where you that's called like a projected view, is if I decide, you know what, I need more space, I'm going to move this to the side, all the views follow and stay lined up. Another thing that you should add is like a detailed view would be helpful. Where is it? It's a detailed view, and I would click somewhere around here and get that so that you can add some dimensions for that piece. I don't think we would need any other views beyond those. That way you can dimension them pretty cleanly, and then you can kind of move that wherever you want. There's plenty of space to fit that stuff. So you move them around as you want, and then of course come in with your dimension tool and start adding, I would start with your overall dimensions, and you're trying to follow those rules that I gave you earlier. So, the bigger dimensions should go further away. Try not to put, like, it would make more sense not to put that dimension here, but to put it over here. And if there's a dimension you don't want, hit escape, click on it, and press delete. So put your overall dimensions, and then come in and add your other dimensions. Now, there is something to think about. You're probably going to have to put a few dimensions outside of it. But when we came in and we measured these circles, we measured from edge to edge. But it's going to want to do it from center to center. So all your circles and their locations need to be referenced to their centers. I know we measured them to their edges because we couldn't accurately measure them to their centers. But when you put it on paper for someone to make, as this type of dimension, then you would do it that way. Don't forget to also add in your center lines. So it looks like these came in with center marks. Did these come in? Yeah, these all came in with center marks. You don't need to dimension the bottom of the 8 things. You can ignore those, I would say, but do come in and extend your center lines. I'd make them bigger. So make your center lines larger for all of these things, which I know, yes, could take a while. Of course, crisscrossing them back and forth. Get all 8 of those. And then you can do a center line for the pegs, which would be edge to edge center line like this. I don't think we don't have to do hidden lines on this. I would say not, because it's going to get too cluttered. And also, after you add in all those center lines, one suggestion is to use TYP, because there's going to be a lot of things that are repeated. So let's say you put in a diameter. I put all those rounded edges. It makes it hard to select stuff. So you put in your round circle diameter for your peg. When you're putting in a dimension, once you place it, if you want to change it, then hit escape, double click it, and I'm going to put here space TYP, and it adds a space and then puts TYP, meaning typical means I don't have to label all the circles. I did the same thing for the distance between them, and you could probably do that with several dimensions. And then the other thing that you need, you would put TYP for the distance between those tabs too, is put a title here. Let's put 2x4 Lego brick, something like that. And you can put your name here if you want. Of course, your name, not my name. But so add all the dimensions that you need. Think about all the ones that I referenced in my example, and then I'll get this from you guys later. Of course, if you have questions, just go ahead and ask. And that's it. Okay.